It's time for some Pokédex updates. Thankfully, there aren't many to talk about. Have to go down a bit. Here we are. I went all the way back through Rock Tunnel, and along the way I caught a Machop. I raised it to level 28, and it evolved into Machoke. The reason why I went all the way back through Rock Tunnel for a second time is because I realized that I forgot to catch a Voltorb while I was on Route 9. Thankfully, I did it off screen, and I raised it to level 30 when it evolved into Electrode. Very nice. Finally, remember that Magikarp I was lugging around with me throughout the last video? Well, it reached level 20 and finally evolved into a Gyarados. I couldn't be happier. So those are the updates. I'm now at 60 out of 150, so that's rather nice. Making some progress, and we're approaching the halfway point of the game, which is nice. But for now, what's happening, guys? My name is Adam, aka Speedy Spectrum, and welcome back to Let's Play and Dub Pokemon Fire Red. In the last episode, we trekked through Rock Tunnel, and in this episode, we're going to head to the next town. By the way, I fought all of the trainers on Route 10 off screen. Nothing particularly noteworthy about them. Before I get ahead of myself, I wanted to ask you to be sure to leave a like and hit that big red subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. Every one of those helps. And now, we come to Lavender Town. Lavender Town, the noble purple town. Oh man, are there some theories behind this place. Some rather bizarre and disturbing theories, if you ask me, mostly centered around the music that plays while we're here. But there are a few places to check out. For starters, we want to enter this building. This building is home of the Name Raider. The Name Raider lets you change the nicknames of your Pokemon. I went ahead and did this off screen, and it was a good thing that I did because guess what? Rasmussen finally has his proper nickname! I don't know if that's cause for celebration, but, you know, I'm glad to see it finally happen. Now this is looking like the team of old that I once had before my file got corrupted. Anyway, that's it for him. I was going to go somewhere else, but upon further consideration, I might want to purchase a few items while I'm here. Because I know Lavender Town has a few new items available for us to purchase. Indeed it does, those revives. I'm going to grab 3 of them because they are rather expensive at 1,500 bucks a pop. And how are we doing on Great Balls? 0. Well, we'll have to fix that. 5 for 3K? That's not bad. And how are we doing on Super Potions? We've got 6. I think that's going to be enough. Alright, that's it for the shopping. Let's head to the other point of interest, all the way up here. This is the Pokemon Tower. This is the place where trainers come to pay their tributes for their departed Pokemon. And yeah, it's full of tombstones. Well, you'll see in a bit. See? Graves as far as the eye can see. And oh joy, look who it is. Hey Blue, how you doing?
Hey Red, what brings you here? Is your Pokemon dead? Hey, it's alive! I can at least make them faint. Let's go!
You're not even going to pay tribute to the fallen Pokemon? Dude, I've said this before and I'll say it again. You, sir, are a jerk. Once again, he's going to lead off with his Pidgeotto. It's at level 25, normal flying type, keen eye for the ability, which means its accuracy cannot be lowered. Gust, sand attack, quick attack, and whirlwind. By the way, Amber reached level 26, and she learned Thunderbolt. This is going to be rather nice. Because look how much damage Thunderbolt is going to do. It's twice as powerful as Thunder Shock. And yeah, you can see the results. Once again, a ton of experience from defeating that Pidgeotto. Oh! He's now going to send out Gyarados, and I don't exactly know why, because Gyarados is a water and flying type. So obviously I'm going to keep Amber out because it's got a quad weakness against electric types. Anyway, Gyarados is at level 23, water flying type, intimidate for the ability with the moves Thrash, Tackle, and Bite. Gyarados is extremely aggressive with very high attack. If you don't have an electric type, this thing can be quite difficult. I should also mention that Blue's team will now change depending on what starter he chose. He always orients his team so that he has a fire, a water, and a grass type. So he can have 2 out of 3 possible new Pokemon. And here's another. He's going to send in Growlithe, which means I am going to send in... I'm going to send in Rasmussen in celebration of his new nickname, or rather his old nickname that I gave him back. Alright, Growlithe is at level 22, Fire type, Intimidate for the ability with the moves Bite, Roar, Ember, and Leer. Growlithe is not that dangerous, to be honest. And you might also remember in last video, Rasmussen learned Rock Slide. Like lambs to the slaughter, Growlithe had no chance. Another possible Pokemon he could have is Execute. Execute is at level 22, Grass Psychic type, Chlorophyll for the ability with the moves Barrage, Hypnosis, Leech Seed, and Confusion. You want to be careful of Execute because it can use Leech Seed and Hypnosis. So you're going to be asleep while Execute is draining your HP. Not an appealing thought. Now he's going to send in Ivysaur. His starter is going to be at level 25. Ivysaur will have the moves Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, Razor Leaf, and Poison Powder. Charmeleon has Smoke Screen, Growl, Ember, and Rage. And Wartortle has Withdraw, Water Gun, Bite, and Rapid Spin. Once again, I'd say Ivysaur is the toughest because it can put you to sleep. Charmeleon's probably the easiest, since Ember is rather weak for a fire attack. And Wartortle is somewhere similar to Charmeleon in terms of difficulty. But yeah, now that I have Yulin on my side, Ivysaur is not a threat at all. And speaking of which, he's going to be a copycat and send out his own Kadabra. His Kadabra is at level 20. It's a Psychic type, synchronized for the ability, which means any status ailment inflicted on it will also affect you as well. Teleport, Confusion, Disable, and Kinesis. I don't know if I've talked about Kinesis. It's an attack unique to Kadabra only that lowers the opponent's accuracy. But I'm just going to use Bite because it's super effective. And wow! It managed to survive. Ha ha! You flinched! I like the sight of that. He didn't even get off one attack against me, but then again, I am pretty over-leveled. Ooh, Schneider grew to level 30. Very nice. And that is it for Blue.
What? You stinker. I took it easy on you, too.
Sure you did. Sure you did.
How's your Pokedex coming? I just caught a Cubone. I can't find the bigger Marowak. Where could they be? I bet there aren't any left. Well, I better get going. I've got a lot to accomplish, unlike you. Smell you later.
You know, it's a shame that Professor Oak never taught Blue any manners. Anyway, what do you have to say? Even we could not identify the wayward ghosts. A Sylph Scope might be able to unmask them. Well, let's check things out. Because if we walk around here, eventually we will encounter said ghosts. Yep, just as she said, there are ghosts in the Pokémon Tower. Unfortunately, we have no way of identifying them. And try as you might, your Pokémon will be too scared to move. The ghost says, "Get out. Get out." And yeah, Amber is hesitating, and all of your Pokémon will hesitate, so there's really nothing we can do against these ghosts for the moment. We're going to need a particular item in order to help identify them. So I'm going to use an escape rope and get out of here. We won't be able to get said item in this video, but we definitely will in the next. Alright, we're going to head on over to Route 8. And we have quite a few trainer battles to take care of. So I'm going to take care of the majority of them off screen. Alright, I am back. While I was still off screen, I withdrew my HM slave Parasect. I'll explain why later. For now, I want to go ahead and challenge these two trainers. We'll shock you with our twin power. We are battling against twins Eli and Anne. This is special because this is the first time we are engaging in a double battle. A double battle, as its name suggests, is when you use two of your Pokemon to battle two of your opponents. In this case, we're battling against Clefairy and Jigglypuff. And certain attacks hit both Pokemon in a double battle. This was particularly prevalent in Pokemon Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness, where the entirety of trainer battles consisted of double battles. But see how both Pokemon are highlighted as the arrow is pointing to Rock Slide? That's because in a double battle, Rock Slide hits both opponents. So maybe we'll get to see that. Unfortunately, we won't because Brick Break got a critical hit. But take my word for it, a move like Rock Slide is nice to have in double battles. Ooh, Rasmussen grew to level 31, which means it is once again my... Oh, come on! How did Clefairy avoid the attack? I have no idea how that happened, so is Amber going to get a double KO? It is! Rasmussen didn't do a thing. I'm surprised. Well, that was pretty easy, but hey, at least we were able to demonstrate our first double battle. That's nice, because there aren't that many in Fire Red and Leaf Green. And there also weren't as many in Ruby and Sapphire. I think that was one of my main complaints about those games. There weren't enough double battles. Thankfully, Emerald fixed that somewhat. Now, this trainer is also interesting to note because he is the first biker that we have encountered. Bikers typically use poison and fire types, which means they're an ideal practice target for Yulin. See, I think even Yulin's Confusion will knock out Grimer. Yes, indeed it does, because Yulin's special attack is through the roof, even though its HP isn't that great. Another Grimer. Well, you certainly aren't trying very hard, buddy. Alright. So that was pretty easy. That was pretty easy overall. Alright. That was not a bad experience whatsoever. But this next one might be, because it could be quite frustrating. The reason why I withdrew Parasect is because I want to chop down this tree. Because here on Route 8, we can encounter some new Pokemon, believe it or not. There are two new Pokemon to be encountered. The first of which is Vulpix, number 37 in the Pokédex. Pokédex. Vulpix can only be caught in Leaf Green. It is really fast and it has good special defense, which I find rather odd for a fire type. because typically fire Pokemon are special attackers, and Vulpix really isn't. In fact, its special attack is quite low for a fire type. That being said, it does learn Flamethrower at level 29, which is really, really nice. But even with that edge, I can't recommend Vulpix because it unfortunately suffered the same fate as Drowsy did from Generation 2 onwards. It was much better in Red, Blue, and Yellow when Special Attack and Special Defense were one stat. But when the split happened, Vulpix's Special Defense got the better end of the deal, and that really limited its usability. That is until Generation 5, when it received Drought for an ability. But in this game, I'm not a fan of Vulpix. Now, for those of you who are playing Fire Red, praise the stars, you actually get the better end of the deal for once! Because you can catch number 58 in the Pokédex Growlithe. Growlithe is only catchable in Fire Red, as I mentioned earlier, and it's much, much better than Vulpix. If you're playing Fire Red and you didn't choose Charmander as your starter Pokemon, then I would highly recommend Growlithe. It's an excellent substitute, particularly because the upcoming gym in the next town uses grass Pokemon, and Growlithe will do an excellent job for you. Of the two abilities it has, Intimidate is by far the better one. Flash Fire just isn't very useful at all. When it's fully evolved, it becomes an excellent mixed attacker. None of its stats are below 80, and it's one of the few Pokemon that can learn Extreme Speed when it evolves into Arcanine. Extreme Speed is a priority move like Quick Attack, but it's twice as powerful and it hits really hard. So Growlithe is a fabulous Pokemon. In fact, it's so fabulous that I'm gonna cut the video for a bit. Ah, there is my target. That's the Pokemon I was looking for. Yes, indeed, Growlithe is going to be my 5th party member. And I think it... Ha-ha! Static! Perfect timing. Now that it's paralyzed, I can try and catch it before it uses Roar. And I don't want to take any chances. I'm going to use a Great Ball because I don't want it using Roar on me. Because if it does, then I'll run away. Yes! We have done it! We have caught party member number 5. It is indeed Growlithe. Growlithe, the puppy Pokemon, very friendly and faithful to people. It will try to repel enemies by barking and biting. And just like our other party members, we're going to give Growlithe a nickname. And Growlithe's nickname is going to be Howland. Howland is the surname of a great friend of mine, a fellow theater friend, and Growlithe is a dog. It howls. Get it? Yeah, you gotta love the wordplay. Anyway, here at the end of Route 8, there is yet another shall we say, walkway that is going to be blocked by the security guard. But thankfully, there's another underground path for us to take. And do you have anything interesting to say? The department store in Celadon has a great selection. Do you go there very often? Well, we're about to head there right now. As I'm walking down the underground path, I should warn you that this is the point where you'll seriously want to consider what your team will be like. Because this is the point of the game where you're not going to be fighting as many Pidgeys, Rattatas, Nidorans, and whatnot. You're going to be fighting some tougher Pokemon from here on out. So it's just something to keep in mind. Here we are on Route 7, and when we head to the west, we enter Celadon City. This is the second largest city in all of Kanto, and there is a lot for us to do here. We aren't going to be able to do very much, but we will be able to explore the Celadon Mansion a little bit. First of all, we want to talk to this woman right here. She's going to give us some tea. That tea will prove useful once we talk to those security guards in those stations that have been blocking us. There's one last thing we want to do. On second thought, no. I don't think we're going to have enough time. So actually, yes, there will be enough time for us to do one other thing. The problem is I don't exactly know where it is. I think you might be the one I need to talk to. Go ahead, laugh. I'm flat out busted. No more slots for me. He's going to give us a coin case. This is going to come in handy for the next video. So, for now, I think we're going to end things right here. Next time on Let's Play and Dub Pokemon Fire Red, we're going to explore what Celadon City has to offer. See you guys next time.